to Cooking with Audrey, where today we'll be making some chocolate zucchini bread. Now that my hands are washed, aprons on, and rings are removed, I'm ready to start. Carefully adding ingredients one by one, I make sure to level off all of the ingredients so I have the correct amount of the ingredient. Washing my hands in between each and every ingredient that I touch just to make sure there's no cross-contamination. Notice I also wash off the measuring spoon that I have to make sure there's no cross-contamination between one ingredient and the next. The nutmeg was not a great choice in general. If I had used probably a quarter of what I put in there, it would have been a lot better. And chocolate chips, and chocolate chips, and chocolate chips. Very important to have enough in there, and a little bit for snacking as well. And I gotta wash my hands again. Make sure to whisk until all the colors match so there's no difference between the dark parts and the light parts. It should be one solid color. And having put all those dry ingredients in there and whisking it around, now we're going to start on the wet ingredients. All of the wet ingredients are in a separate bowl, and the sugar is part of the wet ingredients because it helps to absorb all the moisture and keep it locked in for your delicious bread. Here you will see me attempt to crack an egg with just one hand. And as you can see, I have obviously nailed it. If one or two pieces of eggshell manage to get into your bowl, just remove them with a wet fingertip. After whisking, make a well in your dry ingredients to pour your wet ingredients into. I grabbed the smallest grater possible in my drawer, and when I found out that it really wasn't working all that well, I needed to go get a bigger grater. So you'll see me switch over in just a moment. Folding once again, and now I have my butter. I put my hand inside of a plastic bag so it doesn't get covered in butter. Spreading that butter all around the pan. This is called flouring the pan. You can do this with any sort of baking spray and flour, but it helps so that the bread or whatever you're cooking doesn't get stuck to the side of the pan. The mixture is now ready to go into the oven. I set the timer for 20 minutes, but this loaf pan is a lot bigger than the ones I'm used to using, so we may have to check it after the 20 minutes is up. I use a toothpick or some kind of skewer to check and see if it's done, and it is not still gooey, so back in the oven it goes for another 20 minutes. here's our finished product. And I cut a little slice off just to see what it would taste like. Very moist on the inside, nice and crisp on the outside. But the espresso chips are a really nice touch. All in all, I'm happy with it.